The United Nations, UN, is an international organization founded to promote peace, security, and cooperation among countries worldwide. It was established in the aftermath of World War II, a time when the world sought a new system to prevent future global conflicts. Before the UN, there was the League of Nations, created after World War I to maintain peace. However, the League failed to prevent the outbreak of World War II. During World War II, world leaders began discussing the need for a new organization. In 1941, President Franklin D. Roosevelt, USA, and Prime Minister Winston Churchill, UK, outlined principles for international cooperation in the Atlantic Charter. The term United Nations was first used in 1942 when 26 nations pledged to continue fighting the Axis powers together. In 1944, representatives from China, the Soviet Union, the United Kingdom, and the United States met at the Dumbarton Oaks Conference to draft proposals for a new organization. In April 1945, representatives from 50 countries gathered in San Francisco at the United Nations Conference on International Organization. The UN Charter was signed on June 26, 1945, and the UN officially came into existence on October 24, 1945, after the Charter was ratified by the major powers, China, France, the Soviet Union, the United Kingdom, and the United States, and a majority of other signatories. October 24th is now celebrated as United Nations Day. The UN was established with four primary goals: to maintain international peace and security, to develop friendly relations among nations, to achieve international cooperation in solving global problems, and to promote human rights and fundamental freedoms. The United Nations has 6 main organs: the General Assembly, a forum where all member states discuss international issues; the Security Council, responsible for maintaining peace and security, which has 5 permanent members: USA, UK, France, Russia, and China, with veto power; the Economic and Social Council, ECOSOC, which promotes economic, social, and environmental cooperation; the International Court of Justice, ICJ, which settles legal disputes between states; the Secretariat, which carries out the day-to-day work of the UN and is led by the Secretary General; and the Trusteeship Council, originally designed to manage territories transitioning to self-government, which is currently inactive. The UN has deployed missions to conflict zones worldwide as part of its peacekeeping efforts. The UN adopted the Universal Declaration of Human Rights in 1948. The UN launched the Millennium Development Goals, MDGs, in 2000, and later the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, in 2015. Agencies like UNICEF and the World Health Organization, WHO, have made major contributions to health, education, and disaster relief. Today, the UN has 193 member states and is involved in tackling major global challenges like climate change, refugee crises, health emergencies such as COVID-19, and conflicts. Despite criticisms and calls for reform, the UN remains the largest and most influential international organization dedicated to peace, development, and human rights.